Nimehesabu, na kuhesabu, nimeongeza na kutoa, nikazidisha na kugawanya.
Zenith was started in May 2022. We were a total of 28 learners, 15 playgroup, 5 PP1, 5 PP2 and 3 grade 1. And we always focus on the rule of love. As you can now see, the school has grown with total learners, 106 learners.
Zote nilizofanya, nimeona ni wewe tu, peke yako ni wewe Yesu, ni wewe tu, mwanzo mwisho ni wewe Yesu, ni wewe tu, Yesu ni wewe Yesu, ni wewe tu. Nikikumbuka ulikonitoa, nikikumbuka ulionitendea, ninakumbuka magonjwa ulioniponya, ninakumbuka vita ulionipigania, ninakumbuka safari umenitembeza, ninakumbuka yale Mungu uliyotenda. Oh, ninasema ni wewe Bwana, ninasema ni wewe tu, ni wewe, ni wewe Yesu, wewe ni wewe tu, umetenda haya, ni wewe ni wewe tu, hakuna mwingine ya wewe Bwana, ni wewe tu. Nani awezaye kutenda uliyotenda Bwana? Nani angelipa gharama uliyonilipia? Kumbe si wenye mbio washindao michezo, wala walio hodari washindao vitani. Nimeona watumwa wakipanda farasi, Bwana, wala si wenye hekima wapatao chakula. Bwana, nimejumulisha, nimetoa, nikazidisha, nikagawa, wewe sijaona mwingine. Bwana, ni wewe tu, ni wewe Bwana, ni wewe, ni wewe tu, umetenda haya, ni wewe, ni wewe tu, umefanya yote, ni wewe, ni wewe tu, ni wewe Bwana, ni wewe, ni wewe tu, umetenda haya, ni wewe, ni wewe tu, sifa zote ni zako, ni wewe Bwana, ni wewe tu, oh ni wewe Yesu, ni wewe Bwana, ni wewe tu, ni wewe tu.
Ambayo Mungu wetu ameifanya ili tukaweze kufurahia na kushangilia ndani mwake kama shule. Wacha tushukuru Mungu mtakatifu, mfalme wa falme, Bwana wa majeshi, uishie milele, katika jina la Yesu Kristo. Sifa, utukufu na heshima tunakupa wewe asubuhi ya leo. Asante kwa umbali umetutoa na kutufikisha Bwana. Asante kwa umbali ambao uko tayari kutuelekeza. Baba, tuka hapa kwa ajili yako. Tunakuinua, tunakuenzi kwa sababu wewe ndio mchungaji wetu. Hakuna siku Baba yetu umetuacha. Asante kwa ajili ya siku ya leo, ni siku ya kipekee ambayo umeifanya kama sisi wasasi, wakeni na community, Mungu wa Israeli, tukawezi kukuwakilisha mahali hapa. Pokea sifa, pokea shukrani hata kwa ajili ya kila speeches, kila mchatala, kila chochote ambacho umekiandaa mbele zetu kuweza kujadili na kuweza kushauriana. King of glory, we worship you, we adore you this morning. You are worthy, you are mighty, you are holy, you are loving. There is none like you, my Father. There is none besides you. It's you alone in our midst this day, my Father. Asante kwa ajili ya wema wako na fadhili zako tunapojisalamisha kwa damu ya Yesu. Damu ambayo ilimwagika Kalvari kwa ajili yetu Bwana. Asante kwa Keni wote ambayo wanakucha Baba, tunaomba neema ya usafiri, watangulie waweze fika salamu salamini kwa utukufu wa jina lako, na katika jina la Yesu Kristo tunaomba tukiamini, amen.
Madam Director, our class representatives and our dear parents. Good morning. Kwa majina naitwa Anita Oundo Akinyi. Mimi ni class manager wa PP2 wa next year. Na wakaribisha nyinyi wote hapa na nashukuru kwa kuchukua muda wenu kukuja hapa. Feel at home.
Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe tena. Mbona mna furaha?
Feel free, most welcomed anytime, and do a very good campaign outside there so that we increase in number. So that we shine as Zenith. Otherwise, welcome.
Okay, thank you. All protocol observed. Good morning. Teacher Faith. My time is coming. Thank you.
Zenith Amagoro Academy was started in May 2022 with the primary objective of providing quality educational services to the children from Amagoro location and the neighboring environment. The decision to start the school and the choice of the location was informed by the results of the needs assessment carried out by the team, where it was established that there was need for a child-friendly school to cater for the middle-income members of the community. There was need for a middle-cost school that strikes a balance between access to quality education, children welfare, and affordability. Underline the word affordability. To afford is to do what? It's something that you can't strain, right? Yeah, what you can't strain. To get something that you can't strain pocket-wise. Now, what is the vision, mission, motto, and the core values of the school? The school vision, mission, motto, and the core values provide the framework within which the services designed and provided. Being a privately owned and financed institution, it was necessary to develop a vision and mission that meets both the academic and business objective of the school. The choice of the core values was on the understanding that love is the foundation of our existence as individuals, as a school, the desire to provide our services and conduct ourselves in an honorable and respectful manner with an ultimate goal of achieving excellence in our lives. You know, so from that you can see that we have that the aspect of loving each other, to love our children, to love our parents, to love our directors, to love our school, to love everybody. Sindio? So if you love, where there is love, we have that a conducive environment. Now, what is the mission of our school? What is the mission of our school? The vision. Yani maono ni gani? To provide people-centered educational environment that inspires and motivates pupils to grow to the zenith of their potential. I repeat, the vision of the school is to provide people-centered educational environment that inspires and motivates pupils to grow to the zenith of their potential. Now, maybe somebody does not understand the meaning of the word zenith. According to an Oxford dictionary, the word zenith, it means the peak of success. Now, when you look at that tent, the tent before you, the upper part, that is the peak of that tent. And that's the zenith of that tent. So, for you to achieve what you have said here in the vision, to grow to the zenith of their potential, we want to see our children growing to the peak of their potential of the school. The mission of the school is a child friendly school, inculcating honor and excellence in our learners to enable them grow to the zenith of their potential. That is self-understood. Now the motto, kwa Kiswahili tunasema kauli mbiu ya shule ni gani? Kauli mbiu ni education for growth. Elimu ili kujiendeleza na kupanuka. Education for growth. So when you go back home today, go and remind your child the motto of Zenith is education for growth. When you are educated, you can grow. You can grow horizontally, vertically, but not going down. Are you seeing that? So those who chose this motto will find a very good background check. Now, the core values of the school, we have love, honor, and excellence. To love, honor, and excellence. Dear parents, for the last 1 week, those who are using WhatsApp, I want to acknowledge and recognize you here. There was a form that was placed there for us to give our responses about our school. Hey, allow me to go kwa kivuli bwana. Allah.
As a school, I was feeling that we are not doing very well. And I thought I might be wrong. But going by this, we were slightly below our expectation. Thank you for responding. Thank you for sharing. The second thing that I noticed is that there were some rumors underground. And some parents could not come out openly to say what they were feeling. So we thought that if we make this form, which is anonymous, nobody knows who has said what. Even us, we don't know who has said what. Actually, there is a comment here that I was wondering, I wish I could know this parent. The one who said that the children eat without washing their hands. To me, that touches on me personally. And we always have a washing place here. So I don't know if it is the careless of the teacher, the careless of who takes that responsibility. But now, without knowing who is who, we are going to take actions. But there are specific things here that I wish I could get more details. Unfortunately, I don't know who said it. So please, if there is something that you feel very personal, feel free to talk to me. Okay, so that is about that. Now, we chose this approach because we thought it was going to be secretive and people can answer it freely. But we apologize. We know that not all parents have smartphones. Not all parents have smartphones. Actually, using our list of the WhatsApp, we have like almost 30 or 40 parents who do not have WhatsApp. So we apologize, lakini that was the best we could do. Because if we had gone round again, then that part of secrecy will not be there. So we had to compromise. But I want to say something about the parents who did not respond, yet they are on smartphones. Because we have about 100 parents on smartphone, but only that 6 of them responded. So I don't know, because they did not believe that it is going to be anonymous, or they do not have time, or what, or they didn't think it is not an important thing. But please, it is important, and we might be doing this every term. Because, like this parent who said, my daughter has graduated without being able to read 2-letter words. You see, if we had done that in second term, we would have had room to correct. Yeah, so it is coming a bit too late, but it's not too late. We shall correct. So those are some of the things that we think we need to do, we need to think about, and we want to see how we can improve. Let me define, according to us in Zenith, excellence is continuous improvement. It is not being perfect, it's about improving every day. So if you look at Zenith of 3 years ago and the Zenith that we have now, we have improved a little bit. For example, the other graduation, we had a problem of the speakers and all that and all that. This graduation, we improved. This graduation, we had a problem of the serving points a little bit. Next graduation, I promise you, it will not be there. So every year, every time, we learn and we improve. So please, when we make mistakes, know that we are improving on each of them, and feel free to correct us. There is only one thing that I would want to request. Correct with love. Correct with love. So having said that, because of the time we might have to cut short, let me summarize. Okay, after going through all this, I was able to summarize them into the following. 1, the mission and the vision of the school is rated favorably. Most parents think that being a child-friendly school is a good thing, and most of them have said they retain their learners here because of that. So I think we are just going to look at it and maintain it. The second one was the academic performance. So this one, I think, is one of the second best rated one, but there are areas that we need to change. One is the learner ability to read post the ECD level. I think that's what has come out. At the ECD level, when the child moves from ECD to grade 1, should be able to read. That is the message I'm getting from this. And with that, I have discussed with my teachers, and we are working on it very seriously. The first thing about that is that initially, we have had a slightly high turnover of teachers. We are trying to be stable. That's one. 2 is this. In this school, we have not had a stable administration in terms of the head teacher. And that has contributed a lot of these issues that you are seeing, because I don't have the ability to monitor the performance very seriously, the way it is supposed to be. So starting from now, we have a head teacher who will report in January, and I request her to stand up.
My name is Faith Atiang, the head teacher, starting from next year, not yet. Okay, starting from next year, 2025 January. So my primary, let's say my primary assignment here is, director has already talked to me, and I know the challenges, the concerns, and all that. For my primary assignment is number 1, reading. Number 2 is communication. Then number 3 is leadership. So those are my primary assignments. And I hope we are going to work together in hand with the director, parents, our manager, and we are going to make Zenith a better place. So tell your neighbor you are in the right place.
You are in the right place.
Thank you so much. For today, I don't have much to say. That is all. God bless you.
Okay, so that's the first step we have taken to address the academic issue. The second step, which my teacher said I should not give the details, is they are changing the approach. So in the event that you have a child in PP1, PP2, and playgroup, and you see the child being pushed a little bit faster in terms of reading and all that, please support us. Our target is, by the end of the ECD, we should have a child who can express herself or himself confidently. That's our primary target. Now, the other thing that has come out is the issue of the language and communication. It received mixed rating in terms of vocabulary. Okay, parents have said their children know English, but I think according to the standard that we set in the beginning, the first year, we went down last year. We went down. Yes. So, and we accept that, we take that responsibility very positively, and with the support of the head teacher, I think you'll see a difference. I promise you that one. That is my hobby, that's my fun. That's what I enjoy doing in the morning. Like when I come in the morning and I stand at the gate, if a child enters into this school and cannot say hi to me confidently, I get disturbed. And that's the first thing that I used to judge that we were not doing very well. So we promise you we are going to do something, but please, as much as we have promised, don't slow down in supervision. Let me say this, I'm talking to you as the stakeholders. Think of Zenith as a company where we have the key shareholders and the stakeholders, and then we have the chief executive officer of that company. The chief executive officer is answerable to the stakeholders, answerable to the shareholders. I am answerable to you. This came out with the word, you favor others. Looks like there is something wrong between the teacher and the learner. The relationship is not consistent across all the learners. One thing that I want to say before I answer that one is this. Please, I know that there is no parent who can tell a lie about Zenith, particularly on a secret thing like this. If that word was said, it is there. Let us accept that. Teachers, it was said and it is there. No, let us not escape it. We are going to address it. The only thing is this. Please, parents, if you are the one who said this, I think all parents have my contact. Feel free to come and talk to me, and then you can help me develop a solution. Because right now we are looking at it from the general perspective, but it might be because there is something that we don't know. One of the reasons could be, according to, is that there are parents who have here every now and then, so they establish that friendship with the teacher. They are able to work closely, and then there are parents who come here to pay fees and go. So because of that, the relationship is not very strong, and human beings are human beings. Human beings are human beings. So if we don't supervise this, something like that. And that's why in one of our meetings last year, I made a proposal that parents, as much as we encourage you appreciating the teachers, there is a limit on how much you should do it. And if there's a formal way of doing it, we'll do it. So next year, when we are going to be having the class meetings, we will revisit this issue and see if we can address it, because it is something of concern. Now, the other one is this, the school-parents relationship. It has also come out. Parents feel that as administration, we don't communicate very well. We are not in touch with them. And I accept that responsibility. But there is something here that I would wish to clarify, that, we have also been, this is an example of why somebody said, bring Ruth back. I think this is a demonstration of that breakdown of the relationship between the parent and the school. But I say this is a growing school, this is a changing school, this is a changing priority. And Ruth is still with us, but she's our spy nowadays. Like, she calls herself the Zenith staff in the diaspora. Because she's always here with us, she's always supporting us, she's always working with us, and she's always the advisor of the administration. But because of the school fees issue, which is also something that has been mentioned, it was a little bit too demanding for her. So she requested to be a part-time staff. But now, as much as that has happened, we know that as a school, we need to have a better way of communicating to the parents. So in terms of that is that we are going digital. From next term, we are going to have a school management system. The school management system will have two things. One-on-one SMS between the school and the parents. For example, when you pay your school fees, you'll get your receipt electronically on SMS immediately. Secondly is that we are going to minimize the use of the WhatsApp. We are going to be using more SMS now. Because initially we were using WhatsApp because you don't have to repeat sending 100 messages. So now with the software, we are going to be sending SMSs, so the communication is going to improve. Another thing about that is that even the class performance will be posted online, and each parent, you can access your child's performance. So we will give you the parents portal. You will see what is happening. You can monitor what is happening. So please, we are going to improve on that. Now, in the same line, there is the issue now of the class reps. I think what we are going to do is this. We don't have a policy on the class rep. We have not said we are going to have class rep for 1 year, but they were the pioneers. You know, they were clearing the way. So if you think that they have cleared the way enough for you to come in, we have no problem. So that is one thing. We will talk to them and see how we can develop that policy so that we can say if each year we are going to be electing or not, depending on how we shall agree, then we shall present that to each of the classes. Now, the elephant in the house, support services. I think that's something that is wow. Okay, if you look at the comments on the transport section, I think if this was a political thing, you'd have been hearing the director should resign. Seriously. Because the only real, like out of the 36 parents, 30 of them said they will withdraw their children from this school because of transport. That tells you how bad it is. And even to me as a person, you know, the vehicle in Alalala at my home. When the driver comes at 5, my heart starts beating. Will it start or will it not? And then when it doesn't start, I pick my phone, I call teacher mother, she doesn't pick. I called teacher Anita, she doesn't pick. How do you think I feel? It is so stressful. But now when they pick, they say, okay, now, tunawaambia nini? Yes, tunawaambia nini? So it is a very big problem. This is, and the unfortunate part is that it is also expensive. The solution is expensive. The Equity Bank, the manager is a friend of the school. Apparently, one of the parents is his friend. And that parent complained to him. And he came here and he told me, Mr. Director, we are ready to give you a loan to get a new vehicle. But then, we can only do that if the school collection per term is above 60%. Our school collection, before Brian, who is not a friend of most of you, you don't like him. Before he came, the school fee collection was at 33%. And because of his, what can I say? Because of his toughness, and I gave him that target, I told him, the only way of you retaining your job is if the school collection will move to 70%. That was his target, that was my target that I gave him. He did it with seriousness. He pushed it to 59%. So our school collection, by the time we were closing, was at 59%. A very good improvement. But then, since he didn't reach our target of 70%, he's becoming a teacher from next year. Because we have to reach 70%. Because if we reach 70%, then we are above the limit that Equity have given us, and we are sure of acquiring a 33-seater vehicle. So please, parents, support me. Please support me. So if at all we will be able to reach that percent by first term, second term we are likely to get a vehicle here. Because even the manager of Equity had promised to be here, but I think because we told him there are two events, one that is starting early, the one that is starting 11, he would have confirmed that. So please, parents, help us. But then that is second term. So what do we do between now and second term? So the intermediate solution is this, because there are parents who have said who will refund the money that I've paid. So we are going to move to post-paid, whereby because we are not sure of what, because parents want us to refund them their fee, please parents, you'll use the vehicle, but at the end of the month, if you not have paid, we'll force you to pay. So please pay at the end of each month, tafadhali. We are going to look for ways and means of running it, but by the end of each month, we shall look back who used the vehicle, who has not paid, and we shall enforce from there. The second thing that we are going to do, which we are working on, we don't know how much we are succeeding, is that we have put this vehicle on sale. If we will get somebody to buy it, we are replacing it. That's the second thing that we are doing. The third thing that we are doing is that we are trying to look for other ways and means of raising some cash and look for an alternative that's not the Pro Box that the parents have complained about. So those are the things that we are trying to put in place in terms of the issue of transport. But all those things depend on cash. So please, we are doing our best. If we don't become as perfect as you want us to be, understand it. We have tried as much as possible. Like the emergency one, the Pro Box one, some parents took it so seriously that they actually complained to a police officer about it. By good luck, one of the police officers is also a parent here. So he said, Mr. Director, I don't want to come and arrest you. Please angalia hiyo kitu. So that is how serious it is. So we are taking it seriously, but please understand it is lack of finances. We are still a small school and we are doing the best we can. Now, the other issue that we have has been raised is the front office, the relationship and the communication, which I have addressed. So we are going to improve on that. And our system should also allow us to make that decision. Now, on the issue of the autonomy of the parents, there's somebody who said that give the parents full autonomy to run the school. I acknowledge that, but as I've said, you are shareholders, you are stakeholders, I am your CEO. Now, if all stakeholders come and become CEOs of this school, what happens? It will be a mess, isn't it? Yeah, so please allow me to continue running the school with your support. Is that okay? Yes. So I don't know if there is anything else that I've not addressed. I tried to group them because of the time. I will ask the MC to come back and lead the open discussion session. Thanks to one of the parents here. She has gone to the extent of identifying a supplier, and we now have a sample of good tracksuits. Right now, even if you want to see it, you can pass the office and you can see it. So from next year, that is a solved problem. Equally, let me go systematically. Now, the holiday assignment was also something that I classified as academic. And one of the reasons that I said why we are getting a head teacher is because the level of supervision of the teachers was not to the standard. So anything to do with academic performance, the class performance, is because we are changing. That's why we have to change the structure of our system. So we now have the head teacher, we now have the coordinator of the ECD and the coordinator of the primary section. And then we shall also have the panel heads. Those are the kind of changes that we are putting in place to address the academic issues that you are concerned about. So I may not have gone into specific because I'm thinking of the general approach that we are taking. So if you think that that approach that we have taken as a school of getting a more hands-on teacher, changing the supervision level and all that may not be that effective, please, I'll appreciate your ideas. But any other school, when it comes to the academic work and the discipline of the learners, is almost 90% dependent on the teacher. So if you have not hands-on teachers, then you are not going to deliver. So that is why we are changing. Now, the same case, and this is particularly to this parent, I may not go specifically to why teacher so and so is not here, but the bottom line is that if you listen to the complaints in terms of the academic performance of this school, you lay it squarely on the supervision. I take the responsibility because I am the overall supervisor, but allow me to restructure the system and see if it will improve. So in terms of the changing of the teachers, there are two primary things that influence me particularly. One is the ability to deliver. If the teacher is not delivering, then we will be able to do some changes. The second thing is what I call the culture fit. For example, we are a child-friendly school whereby the type of discipline is founded on love. Now, if the teacher is not able to discipline with love, then that teacher is not a fit for this school. So when you see changes because of that, please excuse me and understand that we have to move as a team. Every institution has its own culture and its own practices. One of our foundation in this school is love. And therefore, as you say it correctly, that the eyes only made the child not to perform. And it is because the foundation that we have brought up that child on is love. Then the sudden disappearance of love directly affects that performance. So, dear parent, I hear you, I understand you, but we are going to do the best we can. Please. And that's why, and then when it comes to the issue of communicating changes, if I am to wait for parents to come so that I explain to them what I am doing, then I will not be able to do it. Because, for example, now, there are parents here who want to see what are you doing, not what you are telling us you will do. So if I had come here and say, I'll be changing the head teacher, one of you would have asked me, when? So that's why I thought, to show the seriousness of the matter, I introduced the head teacher now here. And she has told you the mandate that she has, very clear. Leadership in terms of the staffing in this school was below par, and she's going to address it. I think she has assured us of that. Now, when it comes to the homework, I think that also falls within. In terms of the reading and the talking walls, it is not that our teachers do not get the support that they need. I acknowledge teacher Mercy here. She took her day off and came here and taught our teachers how to make materials. Thank you so much. But then again, when it comes to the leadership part, enforcing those things was below par. So it is not about the knowledge, it is about the enforcement. And that's why I take the responsibility, because as the leadership of this school, we have not enforced it. Because they know it, they can do it, but it has not been enforced. Therefore, we are going to address it. Okay. Our school fees has changed by around 2,000 shillings for this term. And the main reason why that change has occurred is, one, initially we had a discount for the parents who were paying lump sum for the whole term for the transport. So they were getting a discount of 500 shillings. Then there are parents who are paying every month. Those ones were not getting that discount. We thought that was a business strategy. But then we forgot that these parents, they come from the same vicinity. So this parent was paid without the discount for the whole term. We'll do the total. Ask the neighbor, how much did you pay for the transport? I paid this. And me, I've paid this. Why? So because of that, we removed the discount. So it is now a flat rate. Whether you pay monthly or you pay for the whole term, the total is the same. So that is what has raised the fee by that 500. Then in addition to that, we have made some slight adjustment in terms of the maintenance of the school. We discovered that the rate at which our desks are breaking and all that is very high. The tear and wear is very high. So we introduced around 500 shillings for the maintenance. So those are the slight changes that we are doing. But one thing that I want to assure the parents is that our immortal, and he clarified very well, is affordability. Affordability. We want to make education affordable, and our clients are mid-level clients, so we know that they are not rich, and we are going to maintain that. But please allow us to remain competitive also. Because if we don't maintain the desks, the children will come here, they get hurt here and there and all that. So please, as much as we want to remain at the lowest possible, we also have to be realistic. So please understand us. Now, the issue of the uniform, the quality and the consistency, that is something that we have also been addressing. And again, thanks to the parent who has helped us, we have not talked to us so much about the full uniform, but it is one of the things we are discussing. And as you can see, for those who are passing here, that's one of our new detailers. So seeing how it will go. But there is something else that I appeal to the parents. We don't like sending our learners home. Lakini sasa ukitumia mtoto leo na t-shirt ya yellow, ile si ya shule, kesho ya red and all that, what should we do as a school? I think we will discuss that again when we meet, but we are going to enforce it. So please, tukiinsist that mtoto asikuje na slippers, mseme hii shule imekoma sasa inaanza kukutuharas. Because that's one of the languages that I've heard. That kwa hii miaka mbili walikuwa wanajifanya ni wazuri, sasa wamekomaa huko wanatufukuza. So please understand that tunajaribu kumit the standard tafadhali. Now the sensitive one, church/education. I had intentionally left that issue out, but now that it has come out, let me address it specifically. When you see our motto outside, when you enter, we believe in growing in 3 dimensions: mind, body, and soul. The spiritual part is the soul part. What I am understanding from the parents is that we need to strike a balance between those 3 things. She's not against it, but she wants us to balance with things. So I hear you, but there is one clarification that I want to make. My understanding was this, and sorry I didn't communicate this in advance. When it comes to the graduation, it is about the destiny of our children. It is about the future of our children. And as human beings, there's only so much that we can do. And therefore, there is need to commit them to God. There is need to pray for them. There is need to cover them. And that's what I thought we were doing. We may have overdone it, but that is the intention. And also the second thing is this. Each place has got its own way of doing things. And therefore, what we did is that one of the complaints was that instead of going for the road show, we wasted time on the prayers. To me, is this. The road show is marketing the school. The prayers is covering the child. Whom do you prefer, the school or your child? So that is where my decision was based. The second thing for that choice was this. The graduation is covered financially by the parents. If we had to do the roadshow, we had to book the transport and all the facilities and the band. Unfortunately, because of our financial status as parents, we started paying on 20th and the graduation was on the 25th. Was that enough time to organize all those other things? I apologize to the parents of PP2, but that is the reasoning behind it. And I think this is what I will request. As a manager of this school, as the leader of this school, there are 3 things that I always do. 1, I don't blame. 2, I always look at myself in the mirror, and my mirror is your child. If your child does not reflect me, does not look like me, does not behave like me, then I am not okay. And that's why you see these questions were basically based on why would you retain your child here? Why would you take your child out of this place? Because the child is the mirror of this school. So when I make decisions, I make them with that in mind, that if this child makes it, I have made it. If this child fails, I have failed. So please, parents, if I overdo, it is just because I am not perfect. Correct me with love. But the spiritual component is, as I have said, we will strike a balance. But for me, it was that since we are having this function here today, which is going to be purely a government-run function, we could as well have concentrated on the child for the graduation day. So that was my reasoning, and sorry for not explaining that in good time. Now about the examination and the supervision and the changing of teachers, again, I take it back to the leadership part. We are doing our best and we are going to address it. Thank you. Acted. So please feel free to correct us with love. So thank you so much for the compliment. About the payment that Mama ameongea juu yake, we are going computerized. Ukilipa kitu haitajalisha kama wewe mwenye ulipa atatoka ama atabaki, itabaki kwa hiyo system. So we are going to improve on that. Naomba msamaha. Now about what else? The homework material being very little, we shall work on that, I promise. The follow-up, the care for the children practice, what that parent has said was a serious issue. But I think we addressed it a little bit, and the new teacher is working on it. But it was a big problem. We acknowledged it, we took a step. I hope hata umeona tofauti kwa the last 2 weeks, isn't it? Before we closed. There was a change, isn't it? Yes, so we are working on it. Otherwise, thank you very much. I can see he wants me to stop. I appreciate, and let's continue with the communication. Thank you.
Today I'm going to talk about my school. Before I start, I would like to ask you one question. Do you know about our school? Zenith was started in May 2022. We were a total of 28 learners, 15 playgroup, 5 PP1, 5 PP2 and 3 grade 1. And we always focus on the rule of love. As you can now see, the school has grown with total learners, 106 learners. 38 playgroup, 49 PP1, 39 PP2, 15 grade 1, 14 grade 2 and 6 grade 1. We have a staff of 12 teachers. Our core values are love, honor and excellence, and we hope to grow even more up to grade 6. Thank you.
That this is a very busy season for the Ministry of Education, and she has had time to come and be with us. I am very touched by that love, and the only thing I can say, to our dear director, is this: these parents are very supportive. They have stood with us. They are guiding us, and they are very active in terms of giving their inputs in the direction of the school. So when you see us knocking in your office, know that they are behind us. And I don't have much to say other than just to welcome you to Zenith and more specifically appreciate the support that you have given us. I remember when you came here the very first day, it was an abrupt visit, and as usual people get tensed when the government officials came. But for her, she entered and she asked me, Mr. Director, what kind of support do you need from us? I was touched by that. Thank you very much, because I was encouraged. Also, it took us only 6 months to get this school registered. And that was because of the support we got from your office. We are very grateful. Even before we started, the director, the officer in charge of quality assurance worked with us all throughout, and he gave us all the support. Even when it came to registration, remember we did our national exam this year for the grade 3, and believe you me, it was actually the office that was calling us and asking us, have you registered? Have you done this? Have you done this? They have really been supportive. So when you see us looking like we are very good, it is because of the support that they are giving us. So please, when you go back, say our thanks to the team, Mr. Makoha. He was here, but he has left. He has really worked with us. He has always been behind us. So I don't have much to say other than to just say karibuni.
Basi nashukuru sana chief wetu ambaye ni MCA, wageni wote waalikwa, wazazi wetu pamoja na wanafunzi. Hamjambo. Naomba mketi ili tuweze kusemezana. Basi kwa majina, wangapo mainiona? Wangapo mainiona? Asante. Sasa wale wajainiona, unaanza kuuliza wewe ni nani? Basi nianzie hapo kwa majina. Naitwa Elizabeth Marangach, mkurugenzi wa elimu Teso Kaskazini. Nina furaha tele kujumuika nanyi siku hii ya leo, na kwa hakika kazi nzuri inaendelea katika shule yetu. Wale wanapenda kutazama runinga, juzi mliweza kuona baadhi ya shule ambazo idara ya elimu ilitangaza kufungwa kwa haraka sana. Kama idara ya elimu tunahakikisha usalama wa watoto wetu wakiwa shuleni, na ningependa kumshukuru mkurugenzi wetu kwa kuhakikisha ya kwamba watoto wetu wakiwa hapa shuleni wako salama kabisa. Mlimsikia akiongea kuhusu mambo ya kuingia abrupt. Mara nyingi sheria tunazotumia zinaturuhusu tukufahamishe kama tunakutembelea, na pia zinaturuhusu tuje bila kukufahamisha. Yaani kuna ile unapata mtu in his or her natural state. Si hata kina mama mnajua hiyo maneno? Mgeni akipiga simu, hiyo nyumba itapambwa kweli kweli. Lakini wamama wengine tunazembea kidogo. Mgeni akija ghafla, anakutana na kikombe bakuli kwa mlango. Sasa huwa ni funzo kwamba tunapoamka, jambo la kwanza ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba kila kitu tumeiweka imara. Nataka nishukuru wazazi wa shule hii kwa kufika kwa shughuli muhimu ya leo. Lakini kidogo mnaniacha na maswali. Nikipiga hesabu yangu ya jumla, naona kina mama wako wengi. Wapi kina baba? Kina baba mliofika leo hii, nina ujumbe muhimu ambaye nitaomba pamoja na kina dada waliofika muwafikishie waliokosa kuhudhuria siku hii muhimu, na sitakosea kwa maneno yangu. Nataka niseme ya kwamba shule yetu mumeiona inang'aa, si ni ukweli? Na tunaomba iendelee kung'aa na iwe kubwa, iweze kubeba familia kubwa. Sasa mkituacha kina mama pekee, tutajaza aje ulimwengu jamani? Kuna siri nimepata. Nilikuwa nimetembea shule moja. Kina mama tunakuwa na siri zetu. Na kina baba mngekuwa mmejaa hapa leo, hiyo siri ningeitoboa. Lakini sitakosa kuigusia kwa sababu inaendelea kutuumiza. Mumesikia director hapa anasema watoto wake ni wachache. Sasa mimi najiuliza, hii familia iko hapa, ni bidii ajitujetia ama shida iko wapi? Chief akaniambia hapa watu wanazaa. Lakini na mimi nikasema, mahali tumepeana ujumbe, hata watu wanaweza kutoa mapacha. Ndio tujae kwa haraka, ama namna gani? Nimeona kina mama wametia bidii hapa, mimi nataka kuwapongeza sana. Chukueni admission letters leo kwa sababu shule ni hii. Lakini Bwana Chief, unajua kuna kitu watu wa health officers hapa. Unajua wanatuambianga kuhusu mambo ya family planning na interpretation yetu ni mbaya. Sasa kina mama wameendelea, wameanza kukula hiyo vitu, imekuwa chakula. Mpaka sasa wamekatisha jamii. Hiyo mambo ya family planning walisema zaa wale unaweza kuwalea. Si ni kweli? Hapa Teso mimi naona chakula iko kwa wingi. Iko na wimbi, kuna mahindi, angalia ingine tunavuna. Nilitembea umuhumu nikakuta kuna miogo, miwa na kadhalika. Sasa hapa ni Canaan. Wamama wale mko hapa mko na bahati. Sasa mimi naomba wazee leo hii, kiona mama analeta shida kidogo, mambo yake ni rahisi. Tembeanga na ka huru bag namna hii, na uhakikishe kuna maini hapo. Mama atatoa 2 ama 3. Kwa sababu mnapo tujenga namna hivyo, idara yetu pia inabaki ikiwa imara. Unajua kama idara ya elimu, sisi tunaongea kuhusu wanafunzi na walimu. Si ni ukweli? Sasa na walimu, watoto hawa tunategemea wazazi. Ndio maana nilisema siku nyingine tukiwa na sherehe ya aina hii, tembeeni pamoja. Usiache mwenzako akawa na shughuli nyingine muhimu kuliko shughuli ya mtoto. Basi ninapoendelea kusema hivyo, najua hilo linakuwa ni challenge kubwa, na director wetu uko na kibarua. Unajua ujumbe nimepitisha. Sasa kesho ukiona tunakuja kwa wingi, usianze kushangaa. Anza maandalizi. Najua nina mengi ya kuyasema na kidogo sijui kama MC ataniruhusu kwa dakika moja niweze kumtambulisha mwenzangu ili nimpee ruhusa pia akimaliza aweze kupumzika ili asikie yale naendelea kuyasema. Jua umuhimu wa masomo, sub-county yetu inatembea vizuri. Kwa wale huwa mpati habari, nataka niwapeeni habari kwa ufupi. Sub-county yetu kwa miaka 10 ni sub-county ambayo ilijulikana kwa kushika mikia hata kwa masomo. Na statistics ambazo tuko nazo zinaonyesha ya kwamba kwa miaka 10 zilizopita, Teso North ndio ilikuwa mojawapo ya sub-counties ambayo unaitafutia kule nyuma kabisa. Lakini mwaka jana, mwaka 2023, tuliitoa sub-county yetu kule nyuma, tukaiweka position 2 katika kaunti ya Busia. 2024 tulianza mipangilio yetu Januari, tukawa na vikao na walimu wakuu wa shule za msingi pamoja na shule za sekondari. Watoto wetu waliweza kutayarishwa vizuri. Mimi pamoja na hii timu yangu ya nguvu ambayo mnaiona hapa, tumekuwa na siku nyingi bila usingizi. kwa sababu wakati wewe unakanyaga blanketi mpaka saa 3, sisi tunarauka saa 10, saa 11 ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba mtihani unapeanwa kwa wakati, watoto wanaufanya pia kwa wakati na inaregeshwa kwa wakati unaofaa. Juma lililopita Jivan pamoja na mwenzake Vincent walishika mwendo kutoka Magoro hadi Nairobi warehouse, mahali walipeleka mtihani wa watoto wetu. Tuna imani kubwa kulingana na matayarisho ambayo yalifanywa kwa watoto wetu kwamba kama sub county, kama hatukukosea, sisi ndio wale tutakao peperusha bendera katika kaunti ya Busia. Sasa wazazi, mjiandae kwa sababu uongozi ambao uko katika sub county hii ni imara na inatupeleka mbele. Najua kuna wengi, niliona hapa DJ akaweka wimbo tu mwepesi, ni kama ni wanyonge hata kutingiza mili yao. Naomba uanze kufanya rehearsal kwa sababu ikifika siku hiyo, timu zetu tumeziambia wakati wanatangaza hiyo matokeo ya mwaka huu, tutaanzia Busia tukija na sherehe mpaka Amagoro, mahali itakuwa ni kilele cha sherehe. Tunapofanya hivyo, shule yetu ya Zenith hatujaiacha mbali, kwa sababu mulikisikia kizungu ambacho kilisemwa na mwanafunzi wa grade ya 3. Sijui kama kuna mtu aliweza kusahihisha kizungu hicho. Mimi mwenyewe ni mwalimu na sikuona kosa ama sikusikia kosa lolote kutokana na ule ujumbe mfupi tuliopewa na huyo mwanafunzi. Na hiyo ni ishara tosha kwamba mafundisho yetu katika shule hii yanaendana na mfumo mpya wa CBC. Sasa kwa wazazi wapendwa wa shule yetu ambaye tunaienzi, nataka niwapeeni ujumbe kuwaeleza ya kwamba shule yetu ya Zenith mnaweza kuidhania ni shule ndogo, lakini mwanzo wake una kitu ambacho kinatuonyesha ya kwamba kinaelekea kilele ambacho kitakuwa kinatamaniwa na wengi. Ukitazama gate peke yake, mara ya kwanza nikiingia katika shule hii nilikuwa nafikiri naingia university. Wangapo umeenda hata Alupe University? Si gate ni kama hii. Sasa kama hii shule yetu haki imeanza tu na gate nzuri hivi, si kumaanisha tuko na maono makubwa. Na kama idara ya elimu, najua ya kwamba watoto wetu wako hapa na hii shule inajiita private, si ndio? Lakini katika sheria ambazo tunatumia, hakuna mahali kumeandikwa mtoto wa private na mtoto wa public. Unajua hao watoto wote ni watoto wa serikali. Sijui kama mnanipata. Serikali yetu tukufu imeweza kufanya makuu, imetujenga. Hakika kama Teso Kaskazini, malori ambaye yamenitembelea pale afisini yakisafirisha vitabu kutoka Nairobi hadi Teso Kaskazini kuhakikisha ya kwamba hata yule mtoto wa Changara anapata kitabu, hata yule mtoto wa Matumbai Kisiombe, wote watapata vitabu, kwa sababu vitabu ambavyo tumepewa na idara ya elimu vitatutosha. Hilo ni kutuambia ya kwamba mzigo mkubwa serikali imetubebea. Si ni ukweli? Sasa wewe kama mzazi, tukikwambia peleka mtoto shuleni kwa wakati, hiyo ni kazi ngumu. Mimi najua kina baba wengine ndio wanapenda kusumbua pale nyumbani. Na kina mama mlio hapa mniruhusu leo niwaambie ukweli. Baba amka asubuhi saa 12, fanya shughuli, kunywa kachai kako hapo, jipe shughuli. Hii mambo ya kusorora kwa nyumba saa 3, saa 4 hiyo, waachana nayo kabisa. Kwa mama niendelee nisiendelee? Mambo ya kurudi kwa nyumba saa 3. Mara mama fulani. Najua hiyo ndio masaa yetu. Wakati wewe na watoto mumeenda, watoto wameenda shule, mzee wa boma na ameenda kazi, Basi mama, nimebaki hapo siku hata nimekunywa chai saa 12. Sasa kuna makosa gani? Nichukue maziwa yangu hapo lita 2. Nidunge kachai fupi. Hapo ndio mnaharibu starehe. Alafu mambo yanaanza kuchipuka madogo madogo. Si kweli? Mimi nataka tupendane, tuishi kwa amani ili watoto wetu wafurahi wakiwa shuleni.